It just looked like the most miserable thing you could ever possibly imagine, a vision of eternal flames of hell.
A devastating scene at Tempe Town Lake this afternoon after a train derailed, causing a massive fire and a partial bridge collapse. The smoke could be seen for miles across the valley, and the cause of the derailment still not known right now. Max Gordon is out at the scene right now with the very latest.
Hey Heidi, well right now firefighters appear to be getting a handle on the fire. You can see the derailed train right behind me as firefighters continue to pour water on these smoldering train cars. Union Pacific says the derailment happened around 6:15 this morning as a freight train carrying mixed cargo crossed a bridge going over Tempe Town Lake. The train was coming from Tucson headed for Phoenix. As the train crossed Tempe Town Lake, the south end of the bridge collapsed and rail cars fell onto Rio Salado Park. Union Pacific says that between 8 and 10 rail cars caught fire. 3 tanker cars fell onto the ground underneath the bridge, but none of those caught fire, and Union Pacific says they aren't leaking. One of those tankers is filled with a rubber material. The other 2 are filled with cyclohexanone, a highly flammable liquid used in the production of nylon. The area where the derailment took place is a popular place for people here in Tempe, especially during the morning hours. Today, our crews caught up with one couple who almost found themselves underneath the bridge.
Nearly feet from crossing underneath the bridge, and my husband says, "That doesn't sound good." The noise was so loud, like you were at a fair, a ride, something that like it was going to crash. And we stopped because we were getting closer to go underneath it. And all of a sudden, it just fell right before our eyes.
Now, according to the city of Tempe, this bridge was built in 1912, but Union Pacific inspects this bridge every 30 days. The last inspection took place on July 9th. Live in Tempe, Max Gordon, Arizona's Family.
Yeah, it's a crazy scene out there, and it's going to be a mess out there for a while until they get this all cleared. Max, thanks so much for that report. Now, there were plenty of people who witnessed the aftermath of the derailment, but one woman was nearly killed by it. Her name is Camille Kimball. She was biking on the pedestrian path right underneath that bridge when this happened. She says just 1 or 2 seconds was the difference between life and death for her.
As I crossed under the bridge, nothing actually fell on me, of course, and the flames hadn't quite hit the spot where I was. They were just 6 or 10 feet away. But as I turned around, the flaming lumber and so forth, I think from the car and also from the bridge itself, were falling right on the spot that I was.
Camille was still shaking when she spoke with us this morning, but she says in that moment, her adrenaline kept her calm. Tempe's mayor was also out at the scene of the derailment early this morning. He told us his #1 priority is helping crews make sure everyone out there stays safe.
That's been our #1 goal, is to make sure that there isn't any loss of life, and currently there's been no reported loss of life, so that is the most important thing to us. And of course, they're just trying to make sure that we know exactly what happened and we can report to our residents what's going on.
Mayor is asking residents to stay out of this area while those crews continue to work and investigate the derailment and, of course, get that cleared out of the way. So, of course, this is having traffic implications as well. Here's a look at the Loop 202 at Scottsdale. This freeway has been shut down for several hours now. This is just north of Tempe Town Lake and, of course, north of the bridge where the derailment happened. So let's go ahead and go to the traffic maps now and see if we can show you the closure on the 202, basically getting you from the 143 to the East Valley. There they are. That purple indicates a closure right there. So just avoid this area, and, of course, we'll let you know here at Arizona's Family when that freeway is back open. But even in that area around ASU, a lot of restrictions still in place. If you do need to get into that area, give yourself a lot of extra time.